Hello everyone, this is the broadcast team of 6 Digits World Cup 2025 and we will be bringing you some interviews from the players in the tournament. Today I will call Dunelis, the captain of Team Lithuania at 6 Digit World Cup 2025. It's his second 6 Digit World Cup appearance after the last year, and today we're going to ask him some questions that we all have been asking. Hello Coldinelis, how are you?
Hello, I'm perfect, I'm very good.
You have put it in bench 1.1 times your body weight as your side goal in your Osumi section. Do you think it will help you to improve in Osu, or is it for something else?
uh, yeah, I think it will, of course, will make it better for me to also because I have more discipline and yeah, I think of course it will do.
This is going to be your second 6WC tournament. What did you prepare for this year's 6WC?
Huh. I just played a lot of tourneys because when I first played the 6WC, I was just new to the tourneys. I wanted to play for fun. Now I want to show what can Lithuania do. I played a lot of tourneys, and just talked with players who wants to play.
You have shocked everyone with seat placement of 20th during this year's qualifiers. How far do you think your team can go in this tournament?
Mm, I think it can be to the quarterfinals if all my team will play, not just lay down and just say I don't have time, my something got wrong and I can't to play. Yeah. So if it will be good, we will be good and we will go to the quarterfinals.
I hope you go to the quarterfinals. We are all hoping for you guys. During the qualifiers, I also referee that. I see some big scores thrown around during qualifiers, and it's mostly just four players playing with. I think there's one guy playing in a 1. But who do you think is the most underrated player on your team?
I think it's practice dummy. He just plays almost anything just because I ask him. He didn't even play the IR8 with Haydn, but now he tries to play it. Of course, it's shit, but still, he does it. I like him a lot. Yeah, and yeah.
I have been seeing you getting some crazy scores on 6-star stream maps. For example, your top play is Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force, the real one. And then there's the Valley of the Dam, and all above 94% accuracy. When will we see your FC on a stream map like this?
I don't know. I hate streams. I just I just like to play for fun to see how good I'm at streams, and somehow I do very good. No, 94 egg is not very good, but yeah, for me it's cool. I think I will FC it after 1 year only.
A lot of people will not think of anything related to Osu when mentioning about Lithuania, even though you have the legendary player and Skinner, Azer8 from your country. So, for this 6WC, what is the message you want to bring from Lithuania?
Lithuania with 2 million people will play against China, who has one, 2 billions people. We will win, of course. We are just a good. Lithuania is best country.
Lithuania, best country. Scream if you love Lithuania. What do you think about Lithuanian Osu community in general, and in a 6-digit perspective? And how do you think it's going to evolve over time?
In Lithuania, 6-digit community is very small. Like I see some 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 Discord groups, and there are a lot of 6 digits, but in the main also Discord groups there are like 0 6 digits.
I
There
see.
are only two or some. I think it will evolve, but after some time, not now.
I see, I see. Okay, but what do you think about the Osu community right now?
It's friendly. I see a lot of people. They're different. They like to talk about some rhythm games or just their scores to post. So yeah, I think it's good. It's good.
Oh, okay, I see. That's nice to hear. All right, thank you, Coldonelis. Thank you so much for the interview. I hope your team, the best of luck inside in the
It
tournament.
will win.
We will win. You will win. Yes. Right, thank you. You're signing out. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the 6-digit World Cup, an OWC inspired tournament in the 6-digit rank range. We just saw an interview by the Lithuanian captain, which we thank them for very much. You will get to see a few more of those throughout the tournament as it goes on. But here today, we are here with the China versus Lithuania match. The first match of the entire tournament with a lot of very well-known players. You have some players from the 6 APC teams. You have Lithuanian players who are somewhat newer, some of them, especially, as we heard, Practice Dummy is one of the newer players on the Lithuanian team. But we will have to wait and see as this match goes on. Here with me today, I have Wooden Pickaxe. Good morning, hello.
Hello, good morning. It's a new day. It's a new stage of the 6WC tournament as we're going to see our first match in round of 32. I am excited for this. What do you think, Foxy?
Now, I will say, I do have a slight feeling China is a little favored on this match, at least seeding-wise. As we know, it is seed, I believe, 11 against 20, if I'm not wrong. It's 13 against
Yep.
20, never mind. But yeah, the Lithuanian team also didn't have 3 of their players in their qualifiers, one of those being Lithuania themselves, who I believe to be a pretty decent player. They've been around in tourneys for a bit. So Lithuania definitely has a chance to upset this one, and they absolutely have a chance to give China a run for their money. And it's going to be a very fun match to start off this 6WC with. You have some very interesting players on both teams, obviously. You have, on the side of Lithuania, you have Koldunelis and, as we heard, Practice Dummy, who are both really good players overall. You also have players such as Lich, who got 800k on the qualifiers DT3, which I would say is the hardest map in that map pool. So there's a lot of really good players on that team. You have some really nice scores overall in qualifiers. And then on the other side, you have China, who have a lot more experience. A lot of the Chinese players do mostly play regional tournaments that they have. But we did see a few of them in the 6 APC roster. We saw Creep, Mike, and Yuan. I believe Mike was also on last year's Chinese team who got 6th place. So they have a lot of experience on that team. They have overall really nice scores as well. So this is going to be a very fun match, and I believe a very close one because of it, because one team has more experience, and the other team has more of a newcomer in Practice, who's going to be very good.
It's going to be a close match for sure. China having a lot of experience, 3rd place at the 6WC 2023, with one of them being also Mike, playing his 3rd 6WC in a row. And also from Lithuania, Koldunelis, the captain, playing again after last year, finally finding a seeding. Now with some teammates to support Koldunelis here, the Bad Apple Lich being one of the players there in the qualifiers. And of course, you heard about Practice Dummy, mentioned by Koldunelis. For China again is Creep, Yuan C. Even though they lost a lot of 6 APC members from the Team A, they still find another 5 players to fill in their roster, and their score are quite good as well. I am excited to see how this thing will go, especially being a much more closer seed placement-wise match. This can go anywhere.
Yeah, this could go either way. We saw that from 6 APC, the Chinese team did lose players such as Aquimi, Kyomu, and Falling Sprite, who were, all 3 of them were very good members and would absolutely help this team a lot. But unfortunately, they're not here, and they're gonna have to play without them. But they still have a really good chance to win. I do believe this is going to be a bit of a closer match. especially for Lithuania, who's going to have to put in a lot more effort. But they also didn't have 3 of their players. We're not 100% sure what we can see from them. So I believe soon we'll be starting off with the protects, picks, and bans, if I'm not wrong. Oh, there's warm-ups? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for the warm-ups. Meanwhile, shout out again. China has been streaming the regionally the 6WC for like 2 years in a row. Shout out to Ing Sakura, who has been there since the 3rd iteration, still streaming.
But yeah, we're gonna get into the warm-up. I think this is a warm-up with DT, because I don't think we're seeing a 3.6 star. No. Okay.
So the warp isn't there yet. It's okay. You know how this. You know how long this took in like 6 digits.
Look, I got a little jump scared by seeing an almost 5 minutes 3-star map. Okay.
Oh no! Are we going to practice DT on the warm up? A lot of things people use in 6-digit tournaments as their warm ups. Usually it's either that or jump maps. This map pool is quite funky as well. A very non-standard map pool, and I think a good takeaway from this map pool is even though there's a lot of control inside of it, but I still think that every player still has a chance to play, find his way to play in a map. For example, if you're a gimmick player, you still have that hidden 2, Fremont 2 open. Of course, Nomad 5 is also open if you're very good at tapping. So I'm really excited to see how this thing goes, because the map pool is, even though it's control favored, I still think every team still can find a way to win in this match. What do you think, Foxy?
So looking at the map pool that we have here, you have a lot. You have some non-standard maps. You have a few more standard maps. You have the 160 BPM Nomad one that's awkwardish. It has a lot of different aim styles. Not really raw aim, as that's present more in the free mod one and a tiny bit in the DT one, but that's more so focused on the speed aim. You have some tapping in this pool. There isn't that much low BPM tapping. You really only have the Nomad 2 as your main tapping pick, and then you have hidden 1 Nomad 5 that are filling the tapping that I think we're gonna see some players really enjoy. Those maps are more flow ulti kind of, if you can say that, with Nomad 5 obviously having that rhythm attached to it as well. So there's definitely some players that are gonna love this map pool, especially with maps such as Hidden 1, which are so flow aim heavy for a star rating like this that it's kind of surprising as well. So this map pool overall is very interesting. There's a lot of different maps here that players can go into. There's basically every skill set accounted for. You have some very weird maps, you have some very standard maps, such as basically the entire DT pool, barring DT3. You have free mod 1, you have Nomad 3 that are more on the standard side of what you see in map pools. And then you have the few more weird-ish kinds of maps. Not weird in a bad sense, but weird in a sense that they're not often pooled, such as Ascension to Heaven, Nomad 2, the Nomad 1, as I mentioned prior, Hidden 1, Hard Rock 1. So there's some standard, there's some non-standard, and this map pool's gonna be a lot of fun to watch overall.
It's going to be interesting to see what people will pick, what people will ban, what people will protect. Because if we see during their qualifiers match, China and Lithuania, they both have very different skill set in their teams. That makes things interesting, especially for us viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's our first warm up right there, Foxy. This is sure to be. Oh my god.
Oh my. I believe this is the Lithuanian warm-up, if I can take a guess.
This must be the Lithuanian warm-up because
it's a Lithuanian song, and it's a very good song at that. I do have to give props where props are supposed to be given.
So our very first warm-up in this tournament.
The very first map we'll see on stream as well, being this absolute banger of a Lithuanian song to raise up their spirits.
I've been seeing some commentaries from the stream chat. People are hyping up for Lithuania, but
I mean, Lithuania is kind of the underdog in this matchup, let's be honest. They are coming in as the lower seed, seed 20. So I do kind of understand why people want the underdog to do well, and I do believe that Lithuania has that potential here.
Yeah, still again, as we mentioned before, this can go either way. The map pool also supporting that factor. I just have to see how this match will goes because we're still on warm-up side.
Yeah, I think this is I think we've introduced the teams now. We just kind of have to wait for warm-ups. Which I do believe that warm-ups either are going to go into the funny side, such as this, or I have seen some teams use warm-ups to do a little bit of scouting, so that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, it's just warm-up. There is not much to say for this one.
As we are waiting for the players to be ready and starting this map. So for today's schedule, there's going to be 2 matches on a Friday. Right now you are seeing is China versus Lithuania, 13 UTC, and then later on in 6 hours time you will have the second match, which is United States and Switzerland at 20 UTC.
Yeah. Only 2 matches today. A big bulk is going to happen tomorrow with what I believe to be 7 matches, if I'm counting correctly. 7 or 8 or a little more. I'm not 100% sure. So today is a kind of calmer day. We do have a lot of time for this stream as well.
Very interesting to see people scheduling their matches on a Friday. And there we go, we just started there. The warm-up right there. From Lithuania. I wish not to pronounce the title of the song because I just don't know how to pronounce it. There we go.
I believe the title is pronounced Skani Dektine Pavasari. I think that's how you say the title. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, okay. Interesting. There's the warm-up from Lithuania right there. Feels like a Fremont 1 map. But then again, that's like how most songs are mapped if you're not aiming for rank.
This very much looks like a meme map. I'm looking at the map. It's not a specific warm-up for 6WC, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was custom mapped by one of the Lithuanian players for 6WC, because I also do believe that the background is one of their politicians. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that.
I was like, how do
Hey, I'm not Googling a warm-up background, okay?
Google image, who is this? Yeah, that's like a lot of countries like to do that as a meme song, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, every country has that meme song, and I think we're gonna see a lot more of these.
So one viewer from the Twitch chat saying that this map is called Delicious Vodka Spring. Okay, interesting.
Understandable.
It's just a warm-up, but we can see some player holding combo, Holden Ellison, Southflower from Lithuania. Meanwhile, Creep is still holding combo with Hidden, even though the accuracy is about 96.9%.
Coldunelis has switched sides to play on the Chinese team from the looks of it.
Yeah, you know, as a warm-up, let's see how it feels in this position. Because you're not gonna go there for the entire match.
True.
As we are reaching the ending of the map is getting faster and faster. Creep will gonna miss. And the jump section. And Sourflower and under aim, sadly.
I do gotta love Creep getting 630k-ish kind of on this map. Which is a very good score on a map like this. Seeing as the sliders do get a little bit wonky here.
And that's going to be the end of the map, the first warm-up from Lithuania.
Are we going to see a second warm-up is the question. Does China want to go for a warm-up? Because it is, give or take, 9 PM if I'm not wrong. So it is getting a little late in China. So I'm not 100% sure if they want to, go for a warm-up and extend the match too much.
Is this their warm-up?
Is it?
Is that?
I believe. Okay, yeah, that is their warm-up.
No, wait. You're kidding.
So using what I think is the OWC 2024 Finals Fremont 2 as their warm-up, interesting choice. I think I said the round and tourney correctly. I'm not 100% sure, but I know this was a Fremont 2 in a World Cup somewhere.
It is the 2024. I forget if this is finals or grand finals. I think it is finals.
It's finals, yeah. It's grand. Oh, okay. All right,
grand finals. All right.
Interesting warm-up in that case.
Okay, but why?
I mean, it's a funny factor, I think.
So we're just gonna have to see who can play this warm-up because this map is just so terrifying to play. Map by my goat AGT, one of the best gimmick mappers out there. I think a lot of AGT's maps is also on 6 digits tournaments. For example, like what is the name again? I think it was Course JK. I think.
AGT is just one of those like very old style mappers that has been mapping since give or take 2013, 2014 and has a lot of these old maps that people like to play. So he's been around for a while. He's a very well-known name in the mapping and tournament community alike. And yeah, he's been mapping for a while. He has a very old style of mapping too. So it's a very fun mapper to play and pull, and I do believe that at some point there's a chance you'll see him, because he does have a lot of free motus, but I do not know map rules, do not take that as gospel.
Alright, we're going into the map right here, so mostly it's geometrical and also some tapping inside of this map, just like any normal Fremont 2. Oh, everyone does struggle on that. Colin is just giving up. It is a very hard map to play, even as a 5-digit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 6.5 star gimmick map. This has a lot of aim control in it. You can see with the squares here. But this is a very hard map to be consistent on, and we are seeing some nice scores getting built up. I believe the highest in the lobby is currently 100k by Lich, which, granted, is an insane score. And it is... that is actually an insane score, what the hell?
No, Lich is absolutely performing on maps like this. It's going to be interesting to see, because this map is basically just a scouting from China.
I'm not sure if you can call a 6.5 star scouting.
I do agree, but probably also warming up for probably first pick of Fremont 2. We just don't know.
That is fair. I mean, we're not gonna discuss picks for now, but there is like an idea of gimmick against mechanics in this match, I believe. And yeah, that's it for the warm-ups.
That is going to be done. Warm-ups are done, and we're going to go into the formalities of match, which is for attacks, bans, and picks. We're gonna start out with the roles first. First roles of 6WC tournament.
Now, I will say I do feel like protects here are a little bit of a given because the teams did have very obvious strengths and weaknesses in their qualifiers. I believe protects are gonna be DT3 from Lithuania and probably Hidden 2 or Fremo 2 from China, as Lithuania did not enjoy either of those two maps in qualifiers, and China did pretty well on them, getting 15th on both. 18th on Hidden 2, 15th on Fremo 1. So it does look like we're gonna see a DT3 protect soon. We're waiting for the rules still.
Yeah, the rolls are there. Colonelist got 76, Rui 23 got 20 points. So Colonelist is going to be picking either first protect or second protect here. Still kind of waiting, yeah.
Yeah, still waiting. I believe that if they pick first protect, they also get first ban, second pick, and if they choose second protect, they get second ban and first pick. I'm not 100% sure how ban phases work, but yeah, here it's probably best to go second protect, second ban, purely because seeing what your opponent does is always better, and they do end up going second protect.
Lithuania second protect here, that means China will be protecting first and banning first. And then I think Lithuania is going to be picking first. So there we go. In China first protect, I think it's a correct prediction from Foxy. It's either going to be the Hidden 2 protect or the Fremo 2 protect.
I will say this, Fremo 2, it is like kind of similar to the Hard Rock 2 in the sense that both are somewhat linear aim heavy, especially on the Hard Rock players on Fremo 2. So I do think Hidden 2 has a way higher chance of being protected, especially since it's such a jarring map because of it being structured reading, that it's very much just a you can or can't, and seeing the qualifiers from Lithuania, they are not happy to play reading. So I do believe Hidden 2 is the protect that China is going to go with.
We just have to see, as there we go. Fremo 2 is going to be their choice here from China. Very, very interesting.
That's also an understandable option, yeah. I mean, it was kind of a 50-50 between those two, and I believe that Hidden 2 is now going to get banned by Lithuania whenever they get the chance, with Nomad 2 getting protected by Lithuania.
Oh, that is interesting. We're going to see SpongeBob in our map pool today if they do pick it. Right, so protects are done. Very, very interesting protects from both of these teams as we go into the bans here. What do you think, Foxy? I mean, Lithuania, I think it's going to be clear for Hidden 2, but for China, I don't really see something to ban if I remember correctly. Maybe DT is going to be one of their bans here, considering that Lithuania did very good on DT.
The thing is, China's not a bad DT team, to be fair. They got 5th on DT3, Lithuania got 3rd, so they're not a bad DT team by any means. Although if I were to take a guess, I do believe that something like Nomad 1 or another A map gets banned, because Lithuania did look somewhat comfortable on those. They got 22nd on the Nomad 1, China got 11th. Which, this Nomad 1 is a little similar, but it is way more awkward aim heavy. So it's kind of up in the air here. China overall a better team, but I do believe that one of the mechanics maps gets banned.
Oh, we did see one mechanics map banned by China, which is DC2. Very, very great prediction here from the commentators. Lithuania banning Hidden 2. So everything goes normal as far. Now we're going to see our first ever pick here at 6WC2025. And I don't know, they can go anywhere. This is going to be a very, very exciting thing to see.
I do believe that it's probably hit DT3, because I think you kind of want to go into tapping right away. There is a very, very small chance they go Hard Rock 1 because of it being insanely high, like insanely high skill cap on Hard Rock. If you want to test that in this pool, because Hard Rock 1 is inarguably the hardest map in this pool. So if you want to test that, you can. They go DT3, going into what they know best, which is that DT tapping, completely understandable.
Very, very spot on prediction there from Foxy, as we're going to see DT3 Tsukuyomi Absolute Zero, the addition of 6WC2025 edit of this DT3. Very, very tapping map, as I did play it, a lot of finger control sections here and there. And also the mapping wise, there's a lot of things in the map that could throw you off into basically note locking at the first triple note, so yep.
There's also the aspect in this map that this map has some ult in it as well. Now obviously DT ult is still a skill set, but not as much as on Nomad. But both teams do not like ult that much. They were 1 or 2 spots away on the Nomad 3 in qualifiers. So they're not fans of ult. That could absolutely trip up some players throughout this match. I don't think it's going to be a major factor, as the finger control in this is the harder part. And there is still, even though there's ult, it's not that bad, and the sections that have it are pretty easy. And this is something that especially counts towards China, but this map is somewhat overused. Not this specific edit. This specific edit, I believe, is just OD. But overall, this map is somewhat commonly used. So Chinese team might have a little more advantage on it because of the experience, but overall it's just gonna come down to who's more comfortable on this DT tapping.
As we're gonna see, the lobby is ready here. We see all 8 players already inside of the multiplayer lobby. China, you have Jackgu, Creep, Shuaiyue, and Sour Flower. Lithuania has that 4-man qualifier, which is called Nellis, Bad Apple, Lich, and Practice Dummy. As we're going to wait up to see our first map here ever at 6WC2025. There we go. Alright, DT3 Tsukuyomi Absolute Zero. Our first map of the day, our first map of the tournament. We're gonna see the first map here as 6WC rise again from the grave. China versus Lithuania, C13 versus C20. Ready up, everyone. Let's have a good 6WC tournament.
Now, players to look out for on this map, you have Jakku and you have Lich. Both of them getting 800k from Lich and 900k from Jakku on the Quals DT3, which both insanely high scores, and these two players are what you want to be looking out for on these two teams. The rest of them also very good on DT3. None of these players did bad on it. So it's definitely a close one. We're just gonna have to wait and see how this map goes if Bencho allows us to.
It's going to be the normal DT bug on MP lobby, but we do see Jakku struggling. Maybe it's his internet connection, but otherwise, looking at the other side of the players, it's still towards Lithuania because of 2 players getting 200k by the first course, and that is not a good sign there from Jakku. Probably just an internet connection, but everything can happen here. But China still holding on into that 3-way FC as we see our first break from Practice Dummy.
That break is unfortunate, and if Jakku is holding on the stream that we can see, which we now can, we're gonna have to wait for him to catch up here. But we do see the entire Chinese team so far FCing, besides possibly Jakku. We'll have to wait on that one. Against the triple FC that Lich, Coldonalis, and Bad Apple have. And if they keep up that triple FC, there's a very good chance they'll swing it over, especially with their accuracies being overall a little higher than the Chinese team. But at the end of the day, it's going to be mostly about that combo here, as we now have to just wait and see how Jakku's going. If Jakku has missed, this map is gonna be heavily favored towards Lithuania though.
And we're waiting for Jakku to catch up with the rest of the players. We see Jakku is still holding on with the combo right here. Lithuania has that accuracy advantage though, but the combo is still towards Chinese side. Shortly, we see everyone sync up again. There we go. That everyone has synced up. We go into the second KI here. It is being pulled by China, just barely. But everyone is still holding on from the good accuracies there from the other side of the Lithuanian side. But the lead is still growing. Is this from the accuracies? But anything could happen. A third of the map left, Foxy, and it still can be won by either side. Oh, that's what we see. Our first breaks coming. Creep and Bad Apple does trade. That's not gonna change a lot of things right here, but that does favor China by a bit. As we're going to get into our last part of the map right here. 3-way FC from China, 2-way, and a supporting combo from Lithuania. It's still is now going to the Chinese side, I'm sorry, by 130k-ish. If nothing happens, China is going to win their first ever breakpoint here at the 6WC2025 tournament. The practice dummy gonna miss right there, and that's going to be it. If nothing happens, the creep is a Bancho miss, and China completed their 4-way FC. Yup, that is a 4-way FC.
It's
Jakku
not a
does.
4-way. Jakku reverse choke.
Jakku reverse choke. That is, I can't take that as an FC. I don't care. So what a first map we see here at 6WC. Very disastrous from Lithuania. A break point to start things out. China looking very strong with that 4-way FC. Shuai with the highest accuracy from the Chinese team. And Hidden One is going to be pick straight away from China. What do you think here, Foxy?
I mean, it's hidden flow. It does make a lot of sense. Lithuania does not really like hidden overall. They got 25th on the qualifiers, hidden one. China got 18th. So not the biggest difference. It's only around 200k between the two teams, I believe. So this isn't a completely lost point for Lithuania. DT3 is kind of unfortunate, but that is what happens when unfortunately practice dummy choked and Bad Apple missed. If Creep's miss was real, I do believe Lithuania would have taken that point, but can't dwell on the past as we go here into the hidden one. We have Assault Taxi, a very flow and ult heavy hidden one. It's very hard to hold combo on, and I do believe that some players are just gonna have to tank this hidden one and are not gonna be too comfortable on it. But we'll just have to wait and see as China picking into one of their strongest picks. It's gonna be an interesting map to see, that's for sure.
This hidden one is very, very similar to the one we see at the qualifiers, being tapping and flow aim heavy. At paper, it does look a pick that favors China's side. They got 1.1 million on that, number 18 overall. You know, Lithuania having on 800k, the highest score being on Lich, which is 300k. But we just have to see, because in the match anything could happen, especially when it is a high pressure match like this. And we do see get on our first roster swap here as Awathon going in for China, and Alan going to the side of Lithuania, swapping practice dummy.
Yeah, I will also say this is way lower SR. We are 0.5 below qualifiers, including the hidden one, with both maps being a little harder than the pools they're in. So this is a low SR map for these players. They're going to get a lot more opportunities to hold combo on this. There are a few patterns in this map that are very hard to hit, even despite the SR, but I do believe that these players are going to be comfortable enough to hold through them. So we'll just have to wait and see if they're going to be able to hold, and if the lower starting is going to help Lithuania take the point, or if they're just doomed to go into 2-0 for China here and then get another one of their picks, probably the Nomad 2. Or some other tapping map that I'm not sure about. Maybe Nomad 4, but not sure.
Going to start map as China has another roster swap of Jakku and RO32. We're still waiting on Jakku, another, maybe probably internet connection, and everything looks fine. Oh, and Jakku is just refusing to be loaded into the map, but everybody else, we're going to still see them. So I think we see the first real misses of the map. You see Awathon, Caldunelis, and then also Creep missing there at the burst.
We are getting into the flow. We do see Avathon break on this flow into the indie build-up, which does give Lithuania a bit of breathing room here as Lich Allen and Bad Apple find breaks. It's now just Caldunelis and Lich holding any combos. Bad Apple not looking comfortable, their accuracy dropping below 80 as Rui finds a break themselves, and now China has very little combo. We don't know what Jakku's doing, but with Jakku, they are firmly in the lead as Lithuania is trying their best. Caldunelis finds a break, and now Lich the only FC to have the opportunity to bring this back.
A disconnection from Awathon. That's going to be disastrous there from China. And it's... And what just happened? We just don't know. Wait, what happened here?
I think the disconnection broke Bancho. It's not an abort. I don't think they aborted this. This is too late for an abort. I do not know what's happening.
We do not know what's happening, but the map is still being played. We still see it on the MP link.
No,
Oh no, I see. So yeah, it's because of Jakku's internet connection. We still couldn't get into the hidden one. Very, very hard here. I'm going to post the MP link in the lobby just in case. There we go. Thank you, Pilot. And yeah, there we go. Jakku Wi-Fi crash mid-map. It does mean that Jakku is not playing at Assault Taxi here.
We'll have to wait and see if they play or if they have to get swapped out. Jakku is absolutely one of China's better players. He is kind of their carry player because he basically perma-lobbied, only not playing the hard rocks in qualifiers, and got the highest score on Hidden 1 in qualifiers as well. So him not playing this would be insanely disastrous for China, and would honestly be grounds for them to want to repick, but that's unfortunately not going to be possible. They might have to play without Jakku.
You just have to see how the match will go, as they are still discussing in the lobby right there, so... Well, it looks like Jakku is fine. Depressive does ask the person. So we still don't know here what is going to be the final verdict. Are we going to replay? Are we going to move on?
I believe we're gonna replay. At least that's what it looks like currently, with Depressive asking Jakku how he's doing, how his Wi-Fi is.
Alright, so we do go on a replay because of the incident just in, so yeah. Okay, good luck, have fun's being posted in the chat right there, so we're going to restart the hidden one again as we go into this map. It's going to be the same roster as well, Foxy, so no changes there.
Yeah, Jakku does manage to load in their star Hidden 1 player from qualifiers, so we'll have to just wait and see if he's gonna perform on the same level. We do see Coldunalis and Lich find breaks here at the start. Creep trades those breaks as well. Triple FC against the double FC. We go from these somewhat faster beginning into these more of a foil section. Bad Apple finds a break as well, and now it's just Alan with the FC on the side of Lithuania as Abathon finds a break. And now 2 FCs to 1 with Lich and Coldunalis on that recovery.
Oh, he does miss. That's an FC gone from China. It's just Jakku with the combo, with the supporting combo of Creep. Meanwhile, Lithuania, which is Lich, Allen, and Holdunel is holding. Lich does break at that section. A lot of things can go wrong in this map, so we just have to see until the middle side of this map to see who is going to be leading and who's not. Everybody does hit that stream section as you go into the first Ki right here. Everybody does look comfortable now, consolidating with their combos. It is towards China by 150k-ish. It is growing because of the combos right there, and also because of the accuracy from Rui and Awathon.
Yeah,
everybody's still holding in a combo, yeah.
If Jakku and Creep keep holding, and if Lich finds more breaks, as Alan as well found a break earlier, this is not looking like Lithuania can really recover. Awathon and Rui are on those recovery combos as well, but now the spotlight's on Jakku and Creep here. As if those two keep holding, it's going to be disastrous, but if those two break, Coldunalis and Bad Apple can have a realistic chance of bringing this back, especially Coldunalis, 95%. He goes through the build-up, no one finds breaks going into the Ki here as everyone's holding, no one's breaking on these flow patterns.
Very does holding from everyone, but Awaton and Rui, your first miss coming in from China at the last stages of the map. But the score lead is already 400k. That is quite a lot to take. You need another breaks coming in from China if you are Lithuania right here. Meanwhile, Jakku and Creep still holding on. Rui and Bad Apple trading again here before we get into the triple section. There we go. That we have seen it. Creep does miss, but 400k is on the table here. China, they have a chance to bring the match into an extension of 2-0 as Jakku is going to find the FC for China. An amazing play from Jakku.
That is kind of unfortunate for Lithuania. They did have Lich FCing last time around before the abort happened, which unfortunately it is what it is. As now we're in 2-0, Lithuania to pick here. We have 2 more picks. We have one from Lithuania, one from China before the next ban phase, where I believe we're gonna see something like free mod 1 ban from Lithuania, and I have no idea what China's gonna ban, if I'm being completely honest. They seem pretty comfortable overall currently.
So the next Lithuanian pick, the nature of West of 9 is that it's going to be very, very short overall, and there's going to be a time where you're going to be run out of picks, yeah. What do you think is going to be the next Lithuanian pick here, Foxy?
I feel like you kind of have to go Nomad here. While there's other options, obviously, I've mentioned the Nomad 4 before. I think DT1's not an awful choice. I'm not sure if you can really go into anything that's not Nomad 2, because you are kind of on the back foot. You are losing 2 points, and when your Protect is still open in a match that's as short as this is only best of 9. You kind of really want to get this momentum back, so I think Nomad 2 is the most logical pick here, and they go Nomad 5 instead.
Oh, Nomad 5 from Lithuania. That is very brave. That is very brave indeed. So we're going into the more gimmick-ish side. Very tapping map, very rhythmic map, if I have to say.
I don't like this pick. I don't think this is a great pick by Lithuania. This is a very confusing one. This is a map that I thought China would be picking along with something like Fremont 2. Because this is a very gimmicky map. This is very similar to the Hidden one in the sense that they're both very flowy, low BPM tapping. But it could be the Hidden making a difference on this map. It could be that Lithuania's way more comfortable in Nomad, so we'll have to see. But I'm not 100% sure if this is a good pick.
As I said, very, very brave pick here by Lithuania, Foxy. Them picking Nomad 5. It's a very, very similar map to the Hidden one. It's just without Hidden, but much more rhythmic sections and a much more basically different kind of tapping. You have a third tapping. You have streams inside of this map. So a very, very interesting one pick here from Lithuania. But if they do brave enough to pick this, that means they do have prepared something.
We'll just have to wait and see what they can do. If they are picking this into a team like China, which does seem to be pretty good at these types of maps, then I believe they have something. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think that Lithuania can have a pretty good shot. It's just that I am slightly more thinking that China would pick this, but we'll have to wait and see, as I believe we'll be starting very soon with the same lineup that we saw in the DD3 from Lithuania. And we see Sour Flower returning for China from the DD3, replacing Rui. So let's get into it. We're starting off with the Nomad 5. And I believe Jakku's internet crashed again.
Oh, that is not what you want to see. If you are the viewers right here, this Nomad 5 is very interesting to see, of course. And nothing posted on chat as well, so we just don't know what's happening inside the lobby.
From the looks of it, they're playing the map. But
I think, yeah.
I think it's in a board angle again, but I don't know what's happening. We're not seeing the map at all.
We're not seeing it being loaded into the attorney client again, so we're just still waiting on what will happen. Oh, Jakku
Jakku disconnects, and I believe their internet crashed once more.
Okay, that is actually real. Jakku and Creep does leave the lobby. I really don't know what's happening here, so... What is this? Oh yeah, there we go. So I think it's another abort there, Foxy, as I'm reading the rules docs right here.
Yeah, that
So-
looks like another abort. But I believe that's from Team China again. It does seem like they have a lot of internet issues.
So there we go, it's still the 30 seconds of the map, so they still get their reward, but there we go. Yeah, what's happening? Two players from China disconnects right there, one being internet connection issues.
I believe Creep was just to get referee's attention, I think. I'm not sure.
Is that the map starting? Alright, that is the map starting, as we're going to see the Nomad 5 here. Let's hope that there's not kind of an issue happening again in the future. We're gonna start with the Nomad 5 right here, Foxy.
Starting off Nomad 5, I do believe that the star players that we're once again gonna see are gonna be Jakku and Coldunalis. Both very comfortable players on maps like this, both comfortable on these flow ulti, flow rhythm patterns that we have here. As we're getting through, we don't see any breaks. We do see an accuracy advantage on the side of China, just very barely. But it's the very early beginnings of the map. This map is on the longer side as well, being 2 minutes 48 seconds. So there's a lot that can happen here. No breaks so far.
Oh, we do see first break from Lithuania from Bad Apple from that burst. So it's going towards China by a bit, but the lead is just below and 10k-ish, so... Oh, that's a trade there from China. Sourflower is going to be missing. It's going to be equalizing things here. But Practice Dummy missing on the aim section right there, so that's another break from there from Lithuania, and China will be holding with the advantage here. 3-way FC from China, 97% accuracy average, but one break there from Awathon, traded by the Practice Dummy from Lithuania. That's gonna help Lithuania by a bit here. As you can see, the lead is just being pulled. It's a tag of war, this one. Very hard to predict what will gonna happen. We just have to see. But Bad Apple missed right there. That's one supporting combo from Lithuania. And the score lead is going to be going towards China, kind of. As you can see, it's about just 50k. It's scrolling between 40 and 60k. No progress has been made from both of these teams. You just have to see until the end here. Oh, Golden is breaking right there. That's big. That's big, Foxy. That's big.
That's a massive break to have. Now it's just Lich holding against Jakku and Creep are both very comfortable. They both held through most of Hidden One. And with Bad Apple was a Bancho break earlier. He's on 500 combo. Practice Dummy on 300. They have that recovery, but again, Power Flower and Avathon recoveries, it's just not gonna be enough. As now we're just watching as China is increasing the lead. Lithuania needs one of the big combos to miss. They need Jakku or Creep to find breaks, but I don't think it's gonna happen. They look too comfortable. Bad Apple practice break, and that is a steal deal for Lithuania, I believe, as Avathon finds a break, but it's not gonna be enough.
There's going to be China taking another point here from the Nomad 5. Another break point. It's a very dire situation here from Lithuania. Meanwhile, China here with the driver's seat of this match. As you're going to see, some of the maps remaining here. Jakku and Creep still holding on with the FC, both averaging of 96%. Sourflower with also the supporting combo. Meanwhile, Lich is also going to be the FC from Lithuania.
You hate to see it. Lich does find the FC. And I believe one of the higher accuracies in the lobby as well, but it's unfortunately just barely not enough to bring this score over. This is kind of what I was worried about with this pick. Jakku and Creep are just really good at flowy low BPM tapping, and this is kind of what we're seeing here, as they were the main combos You do have Sourflower and Abathon who put in a lot of work as well, and the Lithuanian team put up good scores too. Coldonalis and Practice Dummy especially, but it was just not enough. Coldonalis accuracy, by the way, is just insanity. 98.4 on this map is really impressive, even if it's OD7. And they insta-pick Hard Rock too.
Oh, Hard Rock 2?
understandable.
Hard Rock 2? They're not picking their attack here. I see. So China on paper, Hard Rock 2 is much more favored towards China. But the map is quite different. The Hard Rock 2 we see at the qualifiers is more towards the attack side. Meanwhile, this Hard Rock 2 is more about linear aim control. Something that you will see at like 2013, 2014 maps. It is a 2013, 2014 map, so yeah.
It's 2010 even, but it's very.
Oh, that's
ahead of his
2010.
time. I mean, it's crazy, Jay. He was mapping very much ahead of his time, to be fair. So it does play basically like 2013.
A very, very old style type of map here at the Hard Rock 2. And it can go either way because I don't know. It can go either way. Hard Rock 2. We haven't seen this kind of map being played at the qualifiers. You can argue that is kind of similar towards free mod 1, but again in free mod you do not have the rule which everyone having a Hard Rock inside of the map. So it's going to be a very, very interesting map to see here, as we see another swap change and another debut for Lithuania, which is also Lithuania, the player.
That's gonna be so great for commentary. Thank you. I can say Lithuania's quad FC. Lithuania himself alone is holding 4 FCs on the map.
Lithuania! Meanwhile, RO32, the captain of China, is back here playing the Hard Rock 2. It is slightly the calmer side of Hard Rock, as we see. It's just AR 9.8. As you know, back then we didn't have a tool to separate AR and OD, so both are about 7, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. But getting into the map, it's a very linear heavy map. This has a lot of linear aim, it has some aim control in it, so it is going to be, I believe, very much favored towards China because of their really good overall linear and flow aim, but it can go either way. I don't think Lithuania is completely lost. They do have one of their players that didn't play qualifiers, so we're not 100% sure how they can perform on this.
There's going to be first break here, but very, very early break is still okay, even though it's just a short map, because there's a lot of room for error inside of this map. China holding on with the 4-way FC, about 90% accuracy, the lowest being Creep, the highest being Sourflower. Well, Lithuania is still holding on with the 3 FC. Lithuania the player does hold on with the supporting combo. The score lead is very, very small. It's just very, very small. The accuracy department is towards Lithuania, but the combo is towards China here. Nobody break. Oh, bad apple! We're finding a under aim right there. That's very, very tragic from Lithuania. And the score lead is going to be higher and higher as China is going to pull this. Bad apple missing again, probably tilting right there. They can see it. They can see how everything goes here. China just have to bring it home to make it a 4-0 and a match point. Everybody's still holding on with the aim section. Lithuania, they all need to hold until the end and pray there's something happening on the other side. As China looking very, very comfortable on this kind of aim, not missing at either of the precision checks here from Crazy J. Still holding on towards the combo. China still holding on again. No breaks incoming. Oh, that's a break coming in there from Lithuania player, but traded by the captain of China, which is RO32. The score lead is about 200k. And we're going to the circle section. Everybody hits it. Well, bad apple missing again. That's going to be 3-way FC coming in from China, and that is going to be untested here, sadly. And Coldunel is missing as well, traded by Sourflower. That's gonna help China by much more. Creep and UNC is still holding on towards that FC. Lich is trying their best here with a 96% accuracy FC, but that's not. Oh, never mind. Overall also miss, and that is going to be done. China 700k score difference as Creep and Yuanzi found their hard-earned FCs. And this can go either side again, but China still keep holding on until like the 400 and 500-ish combo. And this is going to be a dire situation here from Lithuania, back against the wall. It's a match point by China. I think Lithuania, they're gonna start picking that Noma too soon. Their own protect being Ascension to Heaven. Right, there we go. As we go into the ban section here, Lithuania, I think, in theory, I think they can go for the Heart of One ban. Because looking at their scores, it is quite a close map, but then again, China having much more comfortably on the hard drop tech. Looks like Lithuania is going. Lithuania, I think Heart of One going to be their potential ban. Another potential ban I see is probably Noma 3, because you can as well, because you guys can see China having two players that are very good on flow, aim, and also tapping sections. Meanwhile, China, I think DT1 is going to be their potential ban from China. You look at how Lithuania having a much higher score on DT at the qualifiers overall, and the DT1 being AR10 is going to be a very, very hard skill check here. Fremont 2 is still not being played by China, as Stuff has mentioned in the Twitch chat. Just have to see though, and Lithuania is still taking on our ban. Very, very respectable thing to do here. Probably also exhausting the timer to practice. And yeah, it's either going to be Fremont 1. Oh, never mind. That's going to be Fremont 1 banned by the Lithuanian side.
Fremont 1 understandable. I predicted this earlier. They do not like hidden at all. So banning out the Fremont 1, it does make sense, and I'm not too surprised by it.
Oh, Noma 3 ban coming in from China, so I did get my predictions wrong.
Yeah, and China, China Noma 3 makes sense as well. The map is, I'm a little surprised to be fair, because they have some really nice flow players, but it does make sense. The map is very snappy, it's not really on the flow side, so okay, understandable ban here. And they picked Noma 2 instantly.
Let's go. The SpongeBob background.
SpongeBob Ascension to Heaven, what more can you ask for?
Absolute cinema. Yeah, this Noma 2. On paper, they are quite close on paper, very, very close. 2.4 from Lithuania, 2.48 from China. It's going to be match.
Yeah, but this map's very different. This is a very like high BPM burst centric map, more so than anything. So I do believe Lithuania has a pretty good shot at this. This is probably their best map to take a point on, barring DT2, which was banned. So I do believe this is a really good pick. It was a really good protect when they protected it at the start of the match. And this is probably a point for Lithuania. I really do hope so, because they really need to get a point on the board to have a chance this match. Otherwise, China is just going to sweep, and it's not gonna be great for the Lithuanian mental. But we'll just have to wait and see as the players start getting in. Lithuania going into the Noma 2, possibly their last map of winners bracket. Let's see how it goes.
Looking at the player side, China, it's going to be the same roster that we see from the previous maps. Meanwhile, Lithuania, they're going to get Alan back in here for the Noma 2.
we do see a new player in Yan. I'm not sure how to read that name. I'm sorry if I read it wrong. Who it hasn't played a map yet, I believe. So that's going to be very interesting to see how they perform on this. Does seem like they might be their team's speed specialist, which if they are, they're going to love this map because of it being not so stamina heavy, but more so just on the burst high BPM side more than anything. So let's get straight into it. Let's see if the Chinese team can hold a candle to the tapping that Lithuania has. Let's get into it.
SpongeBob Ascension to heaven. Let's see who ascends to the next winners brackets of round of 16 in this tournament. Very, very slow start right here, bringing up the tension of this Noma 2. Everyone remembers the song, everyone knows this map. Two early breaks coming in from Lithuania. That's going to highly favor China, but it's still very, very early into this map. We haven't seen those high speed bursts coming in. Now the map has shown its true colors. Awaitan is going to be the first miss here from China. Accuracy wise, it's going towards Lithuania. Yuanxi does finding a hard time playing this map, but Coldunel is breaking again at that burst section. That's not what you want to see if you're Lithuanian. An absolute favor, yeah. Triple FC coming in from China. Even though one is below 90% accuracy, that's going to be enough for this time being. Oh, Waithen just missed on the slow pattern right there. Not what you want to see if you're Chinese, but still again, 3-way FC against 2 FC with a supporting combo and a 200 combo from Coldunelis. Even though the accuracy is going towards Lithuanian side because of the 91% accuracy from Yuanxi, but 2 players from China holding on a 98% accuracy here, Foxy. We can see anything as we are still on the slower section.
Yeah, the slow section here, it's gonna be ending soon. We're gonna get into the meat of the map, Ascension to Heaven. 200 BPM, we're gonna get into the real speed part of the map, the real meat. As we get into it, we get into the stamina section, but we don't see any breaks. No one's breaking on his volume, no one's breaking on his tapping. And it's just increasing for China, not by too much. Lithuania is starting to drag this back across the board, thanks to their board and high combos and high accuracy. But if
oh, that's the first break coming in from Creep. Wait.
Lithuania has a chance here. They're holding only 70k difference, but the score, it keeps going back and forth. It doesn't know where it wants to go. Another break from China would secure this, but now
Creep still breaking again.
And it goes to Lithuania.
It goes to Lithuania. But they cannot miss here. They need to hold until the end. Everybody holding spinner, and we shall see some patterns left. And we found bad apple. Bad apple.
Bro was too excited.
We got a point on the board there. Lithuania with a 3 million score at the Noma 2. A very, very close one, not gonna lie here, Foxy. Yuanxi with a 94% accuracy FC. And
killer break from Creep saved the game for Lithuania.
Lithuania, 2 FCs from Lich and Bad Apple. China, if Creep FCs, that's going to be it. But with the Creep miss right there, Lithuania found a time to get 100k score difference at this map. 4-1. Is this the start of something?
It very well could be. I mean, we've talked about this before. Lithuania's not a bad team. They have some really good players. And while it does look like they're just getting nerf gapped, getting that singular point on the board, getting that mental up, this could be the start of something great here for Lithuania. They do have a lot of options going forward. But we see Fremont 2 pick. This is the real test. If Lithuania can get past this, they do have a realistic chance of winning. But this is possibly the last map of this match.
Fremont 2 from China, they protected this. It's their favorite map. We just have to see. I did this as a joke. The year is already 2025 and we're still pulling Jade Star. Very, very old overused map. I think it is not overused if it's not used anymore, but then again, I remember this map quite well. Very, very hard on the reading side. If you're playing Hard Rock, another precision test. If you're playing No Mod, this is also another reading test.
we do see a timeout from Lithuania, so we're gonna have to wait here for a little bit. I believe it was because of using the bathroom, if I'm not wrong. But this map, as you mentioned, a very old overused map. It's not overused anymore. It's not been used since, I believe, Core 6.2, if I'm not wrong. So it's not been used for a while, but it is still very much one of those maps that the older players, such as possibly Mike, are gonna remember from the olden days. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one goes. Lithuania, very much on the back foot on this one. This is very much favored towards China, but we'll just have to wait and see how they do.
As we're waiting still for the timeout, I'm gonna read their scores here from the Fremont. Fremont won and the qualifiers. China getting 1.9 million. With Jakku, Rui, and Yuan Shi getting a score higher than 500k. Meanwhile, Lithuania 1.3 million, Golden Elves with a 600k with Nomad, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. It is a lower star map. It is a much easier map than the last Fremont one from the qualifiers. I still think anything can happen here.
Yeah, I don't think this is completely lost for Lithuania. They do have a very solid shot, but I also don't think they really have a low AR hidden player, which you're forced to go hidden here. For anyone not aware of the free mod rules for 6WC, we have one player hidden /easy/hidden easy, a hard rock player, a force mod, which is just anything that's not no mod, and then one free mod player. So at least the one player is gonna have to go hidden, and two players are gonna have to go something. One of them hard rock, the other one really just any mod, which I believe will be another hard rock. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes and what they go, but it's definitely something that China really wants and something that China's gonna be very comfortable on.
Alright, so yeah, there we go. And I'm also gonna read the rules here for the free mods. It is I think one you're supposed to go easy or hidden. One has to go either hard rock or hidden hard rock. One has to be mod, one can be no mod.
Yeah.
Alright, so the timeout has been used. We are back here with the real timer. As we see a roster swap here from Lithuania. We see Alan coming in from the last map and also Lithuania the player. And then from China, if that roster is real, Awathan RO33 is going to come here replacing Yuan Shi at this map. And Badap is going to be the last player from Lithuania.
We see Lithuania once again coming in, I believe. I believe in Lithuania winning for Lithuania.
Lithuania! We're gonna wait for the map to start, and I can't wait to see which mods everyone choose for this map.
My prediction is that China's gonna go double hidden. They're very comfortable on hidden overall, with Jakku and probably Rui going hidden, and then Creep Hard Rock, and then as we see now the mods, I believe Alan is going. Is that easy hidden? Am I seeing? No, I think that's just hidden. Okay, I might be seeing things because no fail is green in this skin. But yeah, we see hidden and double hard rock there, which does make complete sense. As mentioned prior, they do not like low AR hidden, with Lithuania Bad Apple on the hard rock, Alan on the hidden, and Golden Alice on the no mod against Avathon and Jakku on the hiddens, Rui on no mod and Creep on hard rock. Let's see how this one goes.
Fremont 2 has been started. It is China's Protect Lithuania back against the wall. Let's see this overused old map not being used anymore. Seeing its comeback here, revival at the 6WC2025. Oh, first breaks coming in, Proxy. It's from Bad Apple and also Lithuania the player. Both hard rocks finding mids here from the Lithuanian side. But very, very early into this map, even though it is a short map.
Not what you want to see from your players. We do see Alan breaking as well. That's the quadruple
Ooh.
FC from the Chinese team here against just Coldunalis, who has his team on his back. But it's looking very grim here. We're getting almost into the half of the map. This map's not that long. This is only 2.5 minutes. We do see another break from Alan and Bad Apple. And now the quadruple FC, the incredible comfort that the Chinese team here has, especially Avathon with that 99% FC, is going to take over, and the Chinese team is building up an insane advantage of almost 600k, very quickly approaching to 700k as well.
700k score difference and counting. Even though Coldunel is gonna hold that 99% accuracy, no mod FC. But what can you do against a 4-way FC? What an amazing fray from China. This is used to be their comfortable fix from 2 years prior in the third iteration of 6WC. And we're seeing it again. They are historically a free mod team. Oh, Rui does miss from the captain, but that's just one FC from 4. And the score is reaching 1 million score difference here as we're reaching the burst section. Everyone does hold from those FCs.
Yeah, I believe this map's over. I don't think there's enough map left that even if the Chinese team went AFK, they would lose. Which is kind of sad to see, but Lithuania did try their best. China just pulling out ahead on this free mod 2. And that's going to be it as the Chinese team wins their round of 32 match against Lithuania, and Lithuania gets knocked down into the losers bracket.
Yep, that's our first match done here at 6WC2025. Congratulations from China. They played quite well, finding some great FCs here and there. Meanwhile, Lithuania, nice try for them. They're having some great chance to win some points. If you look back at the match, also winning number 2 by 100k FC from Lich and Bad Apple. But that is going to be the end of the match. Our winner here, our first player who is going to go to the round of 16 winners brackets is China. Meanwhile, Lithuania is going to go to the losers bracket of round of 16. Okay, Foxy, what do you think?
This was, I'm not gonna say that this wasn't at least a little expected. The Chinese team has always been incredibly strong. And Lithuania did put up one hell of a fight, especially that Nomatu taking a point, still very impressive. And they're going to have to play against Colombia or Taiwan next week, depending who loses that match. That's going to be very interesting, with China having to play the winner of that match as well, which is going to be another very interesting match, as it's going to be most likely China against Taiwan, seed 5 against seed 13, which is always a fun match to see. But that is going to be it for this stream. First stream of the 6-digit World Cup. Congratulations. Oh, are we gonna see tiebreaker for fun? Do we wanna stream this?
Oh, we have a tiebreaker show match between both of these countries?
You know what? Let's commentate this like a real TV, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Can I do the Uma Musume commentary? I'm sorry for saying that.
But yeah, okay, let's commentate this like a real TV. Just gonna introduce this tiebreaker real quick. We have a custom map, Music is Hard, which is mapped by X-Course and Aruota, with the custom background by Kyre Maniac. And an insane animation from Aquatic as well for the pool showcase. So thank you to all of the people that were involved in this tiebreaker. But we will have to go ahead and see if Lithuania is going to be able to pull ahead on this tiebreaker. This is a very simple tiebreaker as well. There's not much in this tiebreaker that's weird. It's just standard aim and tapping mechanics for the most part.
Yeah, this is a mechanics check tiebreaker here. Even though the map is simple, playing it does not feel simple. It is actually very, very intensive. Very, very hard on the aim side. And also there's a lot of tapping here and there that will throw you off if you're not ready for it. Thank you everyone who is involved on making this tiebreaker. X-Course and Arwota being the 2 mappers of the Vocaloid Circle that is very, very good at what they map. And also Aquatic for the pool showcase intro video. I heard Aquatic does stay up late for making that full showcase, and also Kyler Maniac for the background. All right. Okay, shall we? China versus Lithuania and the tiebreaker.
Oh, are we seeing a hard rock? Yes, we are.
Oh my god, a hard rock from Sour Flower.
And a hidden from Alan. We see hidden and hard rock. Avathon as well hidden.
And for so much like this, I think you will want to go for your comfortable mods here. We're going to see the start of a tiebreaker here. The much more intensive mechanics check of a tiebreaker seen in the round of 32.
We do see Avathon breaking at the start here, but not gonna matter too much. Map is 5 minutes. There's still a lot of time to build up once again.
We're done in the intro. We're going into the first verse of the song, the first mapping. The lead here is going towards Lithuania because of the accuracies and the combo. Even though Soulflower does hold with a hard rock right there, Jakku is going to be missed with the Nomad. It's going to help Lithuania. But you see missed there from Coldunelis, yeah. Trading by Alan and Coldunelis just before the first Ki here. Right.
The two FCs Creep, Sour Flower still holding through against Lich and Bad Apple. Bad Apple now the person to look out for in Lithuania. He's on the front foot. He has the wheel in his hands and he's driving it, as Lithuania very barely behind China. Even a single break from the Chinese team, even on Jakku, would help Lithuania here a ton. As but Alan is the one to break. That's not who you want to see break. That is going to give China a little bit of leeway, but Sour Flower trades it on. And Lithuania is going to start bringing this back. Alan another break, but he's not the combo you're looking at, as Bad Apple and Lich are starting to slowly bring this back to their side.
We're going to the second course of this map. The score is towards China by 30k. Oh, Avathon does break right there. That's gonna help Lithuania by a bit. They're still holding on to the combos.
Lithuania is so far ahead now with that Avathon break. They have a DFC from Bad Apple countering Creep, and they have Lich and Coldunelis on those recoveries combos that are helping Bad Apple go further, with only Jakku really to counter it. Creep finds a break, and Lithuania now, the team that's bringing it forward. That FC from Bad Apple is what you love to see. Avathon, Alan trade breaks, but Lithuania on the front foot are holding through into the Ki.
Lithuania having that score advantage, combo advantage. Everyone is still holding. China only having 2 combos. Bad Apple is still holding on into FC, 97% accuracy to hold. Meanwhile, they have a supporting combo from Lich and Coldunelis. Lich, you can count it as an FC. 130k score difference at a TB like this. It is very high. And we're going into the bridge section. Can everyone hold this pattern right there? Oh, Alan going to be another miss right there, but it's going to be still towards the Lithuanian side. Avathon another break from the Chinese side. No one from the big combos. No one from the big combos. Everyone is still holding. Their aim is still perfect pinpoint from those 3 players from the Lithuanian side. But Jakku and Sourflower still holding on. 240k. But Sourflower missed right there from the hard rock. Lithuania are on a driver's seat on the horse jockey. Whipping on the horse. I'm sorry. Yeah. The last part is going to be towards the Lithuanian side, leading by 300k, a distance to cover. But Lich is going to be breaking at this section right here, the tapping section. Jakku is still holding on, but 2 big combos are still from the Lithuanian side, Bad Apple and Coldunelis. Even though Alan and Am are breaking at the hidden, the combos are still there from the big scores. With China, they do have the 2 supporting combos from Avathon and Creep, but 400k score difference is so big, it's so hard to pull. Jakku is trying his best here. Oh, but they missed! Traded by a Bad Apple, it's just Coldunelis alone. Coldunelis basically securing the lead here from Lithuania and increasing by 500k. Creep is going to be holding on with a 500 combo. But that's going to be a Lithuanian side win here from the tiebreaker, as Koldunel is still holding on with the 1700 combo and still counting. And we see the first tiebreaker show match of this match, and Koldunel is holding on. Bad Apple with the big combo just before. Lich with the 600k. Koldunel does break, but he does done his job for Lithuania. 570k score difference to boast, as we see our final victor here at the tiebreaker show match. It's so fun to commentate. What do you think, Foxy?
This was a map to see, if I'm being completely honest. Seeing Bad Apple and Coldonelis get 1800 combo on a map like this, which, for the record, this map is very easily shit missable. Or like just missing on things like the tapping section, as we saw some people break. It's just a very hard map to get a combo on, and seeing that almost double FC from Coldonelis and Bad Apple, along with the insane support from Lich, and also the scores on the other side. Let's not disregard Jakku, and especially Sourflower with the Hard Rock, getting really good scores as well. But that's going to be the tiebreaker show match. The real winners of this match are going to be China, moving on to round of 16. So anyway, everyone, thank you for watching the first match of the 6-digit World Cup. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now. We're going to be streaming again at 20 UTC. Don't miss it. It's going to be United States versus Switzerland. Meanwhile, this is Wooden Pickaxe and my friendly co-commentator Foxy. Thank you for commentating, and Jorian for streaming. We're gonna sign out.